Have you ever paused to think about what happens when you're no longer the center of someone's world? Imagine for a moment that you vanish from their life. No more calls, no texts, no interaction at all. What unfolds in the silence you leave behind? This isn't just a hypothetical thought experiment. It's a powerful window into understanding the profound impact we have on each other's lives and the unexpected lessons we can learn when we step back. Today, let's dive deep into the transformative power of absence, using Stoicism to explore how disappearing can lead to personal growth, stronger relationships, and a more resilient sense of self. I invite you to keep an open mind as we navigate these ideas that many of you have already found to be transformative. If you're new here or haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time to join us. Hit that subscribe button and share this journey with others who seek growth and wisdom. Skeptics may find some of these thoughts challenging, but I encourage you to watch until the end. What we discuss today is essential for anyone looking to deepen their self-awareness and understand the Stoic principles that can help us lead more fulfilled lives. So let's dive in. Remember, self-discovery is about asking the right questions as much as finding the answers. Imagine the sting you feel when someone suddenly stops reaching out, stops responding, and disappears from your life without explanation. It's not just about a single message left unanswered. It's the silence, the absence from your day-to-day existence. At first, it feels like a personal snub, an ego blow. You start asking yourself, did I say something wrong? Was it me? Did I misinterpret the signals? This experience of rejection is unsettling, even painful, but Stoic philosophy offers us an important lesson. Instead of seeing rejection as a personal attack, Stoicism teaches us to recognize it as a part of life that's outside our control. The only thing we can control is how we react. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. When someone disappears, it's an opportunity to practice this wisdom. Acknowledge the hurt without letting it overwhelm you. Stoicism encourages us to detach from the need for external validation. Our worth isn't defined by another person's attention or lack thereof. Rejection becomes a path to freedom. It frees us from the need to please others and centers our self-worth in our own virtues and actions. While rejection can be painful, it's also an invitation for growth. It challenges us to strengthen our emotional resilience and focus on our true selves, not dependent on others' validation. Rejection teaches us how to use adversity as a stepping stone to become more self-sufficient and less reliant on external approval. When someone vanishes from our life, curiosity takes over. We wonder, why did they leave? What did I miss? What are they doing now without me? This natural response to uncertainty can be both constructive and destructive. Stoic philosophy suggests that curiosity isn't about prying into someone else's life, but rather about reflecting on the dynamics of the relationship. It invites us to analyze our past interactions and consider what we can learn from them. However, if left unchecked, curiosity can spiral into overthinking, speculation, and anxiety. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control another person's actions or reasons for leaving, we can control how we respond. Instead of obsessing over their choices, we can redirect that curiosity towards self-reflection. We can ask, what does this curiosity reveal? About my own needs? What can I learn about my values and how I relate to others? In this way, curiosity becomes a tool for self-discovery rather than an endless search for answers about the other person. Stoicism encourages us to reflect on how we can grow from the experience, develop emotional resilience, and prepare ourselves better for future uncertainties. By understanding ourselves better, we not only cope with loss, but also become stronger and more adaptable. When someone disappears, it's like a mirror is suddenly held up to our lives. We're forced to look at ourselves in a way we may not have done before. This isn't just about wondering what went wrong or why they left. It's about examining our own behavior and reactions. What role did we play in the dynamics that led to their departure? Did we overlook signs of discomfort or disinterest? Did we become too dependent or lose sight of our own needs? Stoicism encourages this kind of deep introspection. It teaches us to turn inward, observe our own actions, and examine our responses honestly. Marcus Aurelius often spoke about the importance of self-examination, urging us to observe ourselves as critically as we might examine someone else. This kind of reflection isn't about blaming ourselves, but about becoming more self-aware and improving ourselves. By reflecting on our relationships, we can identify both our strengths and our vulnerabilities. We learn to establish healthier boundaries and manage our expectations better. Stoicism also teaches us acceptance, not just accepting others as they are, but accepting that we cannot control other people's actions. This realization can be liberating. It shifts the focus from trying to control others to focusing on our own growth, self-reliance, and resilience. In essence, the disappearance of someone from our lives can be a transformative experience. It challenges us to reflect, grow, and align more deeply with our true selves. Absence doesn't just leave a void, it presents an opportunity for profound personal growth. By embracing Stoic principles, we can turn rejection, curiosity, and self-reflection into powerful tools for self-discovery and emotional strength. Life is full of unexpected changes, and when someone suddenly disappears from your world, it can feel unsettling. However, this event presents us with an incredible opportunity for growth, an opportunity to focus inward and work on developing our character, something that is completely within our control. The Stoic philosophy reminds us that external events, like people leaving our lives, are not within our power to control, but our response to them is. When someone disappears, it becomes a chance for us to practice virtues like patience, temperance, and courage. We are given the opportunity to reflect on how we handle loss, uncertainty, and change. Instead of focusing on the absence, we can direct our energy toward how we respond emotionally. Do we allow ourselves to become bitter, anxious, or resentful? Or do we use this situation to grow stronger and more centered, relying on our internal moral compass instead of seeking external validation? Independence is another crucial lesson that emerges from these situations. It's not just about being alone. It's about learning to stand on your own, make decisions independently, and maintain emotional resilience regardless of what others do. When someone you're used to relying on suddenly vanishes, it forces you to confront your dependence on them. Were you seeking too much validation or comfort from their presence? Did their actions define your happiness or self-worth? These tough questions help you cultivate true self-sufficiency. You'll discover new aspects of yourself, perhaps hobbies, interests, or strengths that were overshadowed by the relationship. This newfound independence isn't about isolating yourself. It's about realizing your ability to thrive on your own. Through this process, you'll develop resilience, which is central to Stoic philosophy. Resilience is not just about enduring hardship. It's about embracing challenges as opportunities to exercise virtue. Each day that you navigate life without relying on that person is a day you practice patience, self-control, and inner strength. You're reinforcing your moral character and preparing yourself to handle any challenge life throws your way without losing your peace. As your independence grows, it changes how you view future relationships. While relationships are valuable, they shouldn't define your happiness or self-worth. The Stoic approach encourages healthy relationships based on respect, shared values, and mutual growth, rather than dependency or neediness. The dynamic shifts from one of fear and necessity to one of choice and enrichment. The absence of someone can also stir up anxiety. This anxiety often stems from our desire to control the world around us. When someone disappears unexpectedly, it disrupts the sense of security we have in our relationships and daily interactions. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control how we react to them. By examining our anxious thoughts, we can realize that our fears are often based on expectations and assumptions, which are not within our control. By focusing on the present moment and the things we can do, we ease our anxiety and shift our mindset from loss to opportunity. Each instance of anxiety becomes an opportunity to practice courage by confronting our fears and uncertainties with composure and resolve. As we process these emotions, we also learn the power of appreciation. While the absence of someone might initially feel like a loss, it eventually opens the door to appreciating the relationship and the moments shared. This shift in perspective aligns with Stoic thought, which emphasizes the value of gratitude for both the good and the bad. Marcus Aurelius taught us that everything in life is impermanent, and by reflecting on this transience, we can appreciate every moment more fully. When someone leaves your life, instead of focusing on the void they've left, try to reflect on what you gained from the relationship, the personal growth, the lessons, the shared experiences. This practice of appreciation transforms what initially feels like pain into an opportunity for gratitude and deeper understanding. Ultimately, when someone disappears from our lives, we are faced with a moment of self-reflection that is invaluable for our growth. Stoicism teaches us that everything, even loss, can be an opportunity to grow stronger, more independent, and more resilient. It's all about how we choose to respond. Loss, while painful, can often transform into a celebration of the moments shared and the lessons learned. When someone exits our life, it has a way of highlighting their impact on us. We begin to see the qualities in them that we might have taken for granted when they were present. Perhaps their support was a constant we never fully appreciated until now, or maybe it's their unique perspective on everyday matters that we miss most. This realization extends far beyond the person themselves. It's about recognizing the lessons they imparted, whether intentionally or simply as a byproduct of your shared time together. Stoic philosophy encourages us to use these moments of departure as an opportunity to deeply appreciate those still in our lives. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, wrote often about the importance of cherishing our loved ones not just after they've gone, but in the present moment. This heightened awareness can lead to richer, more meaningful connections as we're reminded of the fragility of life and the preciousness of our relationships. This form of appreciation isn't limited to others either. It's about recognizing the personal growth you might have achieved in response to someone's absence. Maybe you've discovered resilience within yourself that you didn't know existed, or developed new hobbies and skills in the space they left behind. This self-appreciation is critical because it shifts our focus from what we've lost to what we've gained, turning emptiness into fertile ground for personal development and growth. In moments of loss, we're often forced to reflect, not only on our relationships, but on the broader spectrum of our personal beliefs and values. These moments can prompt us to confront some of life's most profound questions. What truly matters to us? How do our values align with our daily actions and decisions? This kind of introspection is at the heart of Stoic philosophy, which teaches us to live in alignment with our virtues and reason. When someone exits our life, intentionally or otherwise, it gives us a unique opportunity for stillness, a moment that prompts reflection on whether our relationships and behaviors genuinely reflect our deepest values. For instance, if honesty and loyalty are core values for you, thinking about a past relationship may reveal whether those values were truly honored, or if compromise led us astray. This reflection can lead to a reevaluation of how we spend our time and energy, an essential concept in Stoic thought. Seneca emphasized the finite nature of time and the importance of spending it wisely, on pursuits that fulfill and enrich us, rather than those that drain us or lead us off course. The absence of someone can bring a sharp realization of how much time was spent catering to their needs at the expense of our own, and it can prompt us to realign with activities and relationships that are more nurturing and in harmony with our core beliefs. The departure of someone doesn't just change that particular relationship, it can lead to a full reset of dynamics across your entire social and personal landscape. This isn't merely about filling the void, it's an opportunity to reevaluate how we interact with others and ourselves, ensuring that those interactions reflect who we truly are. Stoicism teaches us adaptability, reminding us that we have the ability to realign our lives with our principles, no matter the disruption. The absence of a person can push us to examine who we are when we're no longer defined by that relationship. Stoic teachings, like those of Epictetus, suggest that true freedom comes from being self-sufficient and unaffected by external changes. This reset challenges us to cultivate an inner strength, where stability and contentment don't rely on the presence of others, but are rooted in our own integrity and self-worth. Moreover, these shifts in dynamics often lead to healthier relationships. For example, if the person who left was dominant or demanding, their absence may create emotional space that allows more balanced relationships to thrive. You might find yourself reconnecting with old friends, deepening bonds that were previously neglected, or even forging new connections that better support your emotional and psychological needs. This reset also influences how we approach future relationships. The insights gained from someone leaving help us establish better boundaries, set more realistic expectations, and become more selective about how we invest our time and energy. From a Stoic perspective, each change in dynamics is also a test of virtue. Are we able to respond with patience and understanding? Can we maintain our composure, even in the face of disruption? Are we willing to forgive and move forward without bitterness? At its core, the reset is a reminder of the impermanence of relationships and the transient nature of life itself. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, wrote extensively about the ever-changing world and encouraged us to embrace change rather than resist it. The loss of someone in your life may make you confront the reality that people come and go, But what remains constant is your ability to control your responses and maintain your integrity. By accepting this truth, you free yourself from the anxiety and frustration of trying to control things that are beyond your reach. The essence of Stoic wisdom is to focus on what you can control, your thoughts, your actions, and your character, while accepting the impermanence of everything else. Through this acceptance, you gain a deeper understanding of both yourself and the world around you. In practical terms, embracing impermanence allows you to move forward with grace and clarity, unburdened by regret or resistance. This doesn't mean letting go of love or attachment, but rather, it's about recognizing the inevitability of change and finding peace within that truth. By doing so, you align yourself with the natural flow of life, growing stronger, wiser, and more at peace with the ebbs and flows of human connection. Thank you for taking this journey through the wisdom of Stoicism and the lessons of loss. As we reflect on the impermanence of relationships, remember that sometimes stepping back is the best way to move forward. Keep seeking wisdom, embracing self-growth, and understanding that each step, whether it's one of joy or loss, brings us closer to living a more meaningful and virtuous life.